taking advantage of the nice warm weather here, getting a little break in the snow to show you guys another brand new drone from Ruco. So we're just gonna go to it, get up in the sky, see how it goes. Let's go. Okay, so the drone we have today is another one from Ruco, and I just did a review on a Ruco drone and it really worked dandy. So if you didn't get a chance to see that one, I will go ahead and put that up here so you can check out that link because they did a really nice job. Now this is the little brother to that one, and it does have a lot of cool features, GPS, SD card, things like that, brushless motors, but it doesn't have a stabilized gimbal. So if that is something that's going to be a deal breaker for you in that it doesn't have stabilized video, well, this probably won't be the drone for you. Now it's going to take really good pictures because it is a 4K camera. So even though the video won't be stabilized, if you've got a day that's not like today and you don't have so much wind, it'll still be pretty good to fly with video. But the picture should still be really sharp for you. So of course we're going to go up and see what that does. Now this does tout that it's got a 26-minute battery life, and it is really small, so that makes sense that it would. It says it has a range of about 1,600 feet, which usually we don't get that, but of course we'll fly it out a little bit and make sure we get a decent range for sure. And of course it does have some smart functions like orbit and follow me, things like that, so we'll give that a try as well. All right, so first we're going to go ahead and turn the drone on, then we want to turn the transmitter on and pair them. So let's go ahead and start this up. It's got a little button here on the bottom. And now to pair the remote, left stick down. There we go. So now we've got a beep, so now we're good there. So we'll go ahead and turn this on and get the drone connected to the Wi-Fi here. So it is a Wi-Fi drone. All right, and it's telling us to go ahead and do the GPS. So we're gonna go ahead and do this horizontal. And we got a beep, so let's go ahead and do our vertical. All right, perfect. Last step we wanna do is a gyro calibration. That says the right stick down and to the right. All right. Hopefully that did it. We'll see. We had some beeps there. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Now to arm the motors is like a lot of the other ones that we've had. We should go down and in to arm the motors and slide to take off. Alrighty, now you can see this thing is really pitching. It is probably a little bit windy for it, I have to say. I mean, I'm giving it a little run for its money here. Of course, if you can see the video here that I have on my screen, it is a little shaky, of course. Again, there is no stabilized gimbal, but it is a pretty good shape, actually. I mean, it's sitting up above me, actually quite nice. I'll spin that around here. It's doing a nice job, really. Now we are coming back at me. You should see me in the picture here. Take a couple of pictures here so we'd see what it looks like. Let's go ahead right away and see if we can do a function here. Let's bring it down a little closer to us. You can see it's really stable and nice sitting here. So let's go ahead and do a GPS follow here, see if that works. There I am. Okay, let's see if it follows me this direction. Yep, there comes. It is trying to follow. There we go. Yeah, it is. Actually is coming along here. Again, it's too bad it's not stabilized, but certainly if the wind was decent, it wouldn't be too bad. Let's just see if it rotates over here on the way back here. Oh yeah, it's going away from me. I got to be careful. It'll back up into some trees here. But yeah, it's definitely following me. All right, doing its thing. Good deal. All right, good deal. All right, so that being said, let's go ahead and do an orbit, see how that works here. Usually we got to go above, so let's go ahead and go above me and set that orbit up. Okay, so here it is here, orbiting above me. It's not too bad. It's really struggling with the wind, and without that stabilized gimbal, of course, the footage is shaky. But again, if you had some nice calm day, probably would do a lot better job. But it's doing a pretty good job. I mean, as far as orbiting around, it's doing a fair job here. All right, so let's go ahead and hit our return home. And you probably can't see this, but it went straight up. Even though I was low, it went straight up to its return to home altitude, which is great. And it is coming down here. All right, yeah, that wasn't too bad for a first return to home here. Wasn't a low battery or anything, but you can see we're about 3 feet or so off of the pad. Pretty nice job. I don't like that little bounce that it did. I don't know what that was. It came down and decided to kiss the ground and run back up. But overall, it did do a pretty good job, pretty close here. So that was the maiden flight of the Ruco F11 Pro. Let's go into the studio and show you what comes in the box, and then we'll finish this out. All right, so we're back in the studio after taking the Ruco F11 Pro out for a flight. Did a really nice job, but first what I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about what came in the box here first, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on the flights and function. So first things first, it does come in a really nice case, of course. I really like that when they do have the hard cases like this. Then in the box, of course, does come the remote that we used during our flight. It is laid out really well. It's a little lighter than normal, but at least it is a chargeable with a USB-C. There's no extra batteries required. Also in this particular case, it did come with 2 batteries. And of course, it did come with the drone body with the foldable arms. And it does come with an extra set of props. Comes with a screwdriver and screws for those props, and then comes with 2 different charging cables for the 2 batteries so you can charge both at the same time. So let's just talk about some of the features. First, it does have GPS, and I had no problems with the GPS. It did a really nice job. Now, I've flown a different Ruco before, and I'll put that link up here as well. That was the Pro Gym 2, and that did a really nice job as well. I think they've got the GPS figured out. I didn't have any toilet bowling or anything like that, and when we did do the automatic return to homes, they did come pretty darn close, so GPS works good. So it does say that the battery life was about 26 minutes. I did not get that, even though this is a small drone, but I'll make sure that I put the time that I did get up here. Now, it did say that the range was about 1,600 feet or so. Now, I did take it out nearly to the edge of line of sight, even though it was really windy. And it did hold up pretty well. I didn't have it drop off or anything like that. It didn't hit a wall and stop. So in the transmission distance that I was using it, again, it seemed to do a pretty fair job. Now, just for reference, the weight does come in at about 0.61 pounds with the battery. So it will not make it below that guideline for the FAA for registration at 0.55 pounds. So just so you know. The functions did work pretty well with regard to the orbit and the follow me that we did. I thought they did a pretty nice job. Of course, if it was really calm, I think the video might be pretty nice and it might do a pretty good job. But in the wind that we had, it was, of course, because of the gimbal, it was a little bit shaky, which we expect. So if you really do need that stable video, this probably won't be the drone for you. It did fly really well. I had no problems with the app. It all worked. Everything did what it was supposed to do. So with that being said, I think for the price point, it's a pretty fair value, and it is indeed a fun flyer. So if you're looking for a low-cost drone to maybe have the kids start on or yourself start on, I think this is a pretty darn good starter drone. And of course, I'll put links in the description so you can go ahead and check it out if you're looking for more information. So I do appreciate you guys being here today. And of course, if you learned anything new or something you didn't know before, appreciate you click that like button. Lets us creators know we're doing something that's of value. So I really do appreciate it. And with that, until next time and next video, good flying.